Hey everyone, it's Kimmy. I am Mama on a Mission, and today I have another What Sold video for you guys. This one is going to be a longer style What Sold video. It's a 5-day What Sold video. If you're new to the channel, I do 2 different types of What Sold videos, and I basically break the 7-day week into weekend sales or 2-day sales. What Sold videos, and then I do a 5-day What Sold video. So today I have a 5-day. I have some great solid numbers. I am trying to continue on my goal of $100 in sales every day consistently, which I've been doing now for months. That was kind of my goal. And I have decided so far not to up it or change that goal, primarily because we're in spring and things get really busy. You know, people do a lot more stuff in spring and summer, especially here in Wisconsin, because we can finally leave the house without 900 layers on. I'm a big gardener, so I do enjoy getting outside and gardening. And my boys are in sports, and that also takes up a lot of time. So I'm keeping my $100 per day goal of sales between my 3 platforms, eBay, Poshmark, and Depop. You know, maybe I'll change that at some point, but right now that's just what I'm trying to do and keep that consistent. I also only do this part-time. I have another thing that I do part-time to bring in income to the family. So together that makes my full-time income for the family. So let's get to the numbers. So again, this is 5 days, Monday through Friday. My total, it's a great total. I'm super happy with this total of $901.47 in 5 days. That's sales numbers. And the last 5-day What Sold, I did $848. So staying pretty consistent right there, like an extra $50 in sales, but that's excellent for me. That's where I want to be, and I'm happy with that. So let's break it down by where they sold. And eBay is almost always my winner as far as platforms, and this is no exception. eBay did $626.47 during that time frame. Poshmark did $219, and then Depop had 2 sales, and it's always this way. It's usually 2 like decent sales. It was a $26 sale and a $30 sale, and those are great solid sales for me. And that's how I got to the 901.47. So I will turn this thing around. Don't make me turn this thing around. Your mom ever tell you that when you were a kid? No, I mean, I'm going to show you guys exactly on the computer. I'm going to turn around and show you exactly some of the items that sold during this time period. I have bread and butter. I have a couple great sales, like higher dollar amount that wouldn't be considered bread and butter. I have style based. I have, I'm looking at an Untuckit linen blend, which would be like a brand and material based. So if you're new to the channel and you're looking to learn about some of the things that sell and why I pick them up, this is where I'm going to tell you about them. So I'm looking a little red today. Again, I'm in Wisconsin, so we're finally seeing sun again. So it's not terrible, but my face is not used to seeing the sun. Why do I live here? I don't know sometimes, but that's why I kind of look red. I'm getting out in the sun more. I'm getting some gardening done, getting to some baseball games. So I'm not like sunburned. It's just, it also might be the wind. I don't know what it's like by you guys, but the wind over and over again, it's like you can't go anywhere without it being 30-mile gusts here in Wisconsin. You guys tell me, what's the weather like by you guys? It was like 58 sunny and windy today, but the 58 with the wind made it like 44. It dropped it like a whole 10 degrees because that's the weather out here. I don't know why I live here. Let me turn around and I will show you what I sold. All right, guys, here we are. I am screen sharing with you literally what sold during this time frame. And I'm starting off here with some Poshmark sales. This was a great sale. Now, a lot of people are slowing down on Untuckit, which I totally understand. Here is because the sell-through rate and the price that items are selling for is falling. So here's why I picked this item up. And why I think it's sold is it's 100% linen. It's a great time period to sell linen, and it is also long sleeve and a harder to find size of 2XLT. So again, Untuck It men's 100% linen, long sleeve button-up shirt in a harder to find size. There's the tag, Untuck It. Here's also the tag. You sometimes can look for that little triangle. That might help. I forgot to mention, I do have a little bit of a sniffle going on. I'm thinking maybe allergies, so don't mind me. But this sold for $29 plus shipping, and it sold pretty quickly, and that is a great sale for me. This is a fantastic sale. I found this at a regular Goodwill for $6.99. It was brand new with tags, Vineyard Vine size 6 performance harbor cover-up shirt dress. So this might be something you wear at the beach or going down to a pool on vacation. Sometimes my color tones just do not come off just right. But Vineyard Vines, brand new with tags. I already got positive feedback on this, and it sold for $57, which is fantastic. It being a new with tag, you can see the price there was $128 originally. So a great flip for me, $6 to $57, but also for my customer, that's 50% off on a brand name, brand new item. So I also think that's still a really great value for my customer. Vineyard Vines, brand new with tags. I have sold, I don't want to say quite a few, but several of this brand, Terzo Millennio, women's size small, 100% linen, made in Italy dress. Here's the tag, Terzo Millennio. You can see it says made in Italy. Again, with the linen, that's the time period of spring and summer. Definitely, if you have linen items, pick them up. Or if you see items, pick them up. If you have them, get them listed, because now's the time. And soon, in a month or two, I'll be telling you, linen's always a good pickup, but it's going to sell better during this time period. And it's sold for $21. Now, this is an older retail arbitrage item. I don't do a ton of retail arbitrage right now. So that's where you go to like big box stores or whatever and buy maybe a clearance item or something they have on sale and then flip it online. People do this from all different types of stores, Ross, Walmart, Kohl's, JCPenney, just all kinds of places. So this was a clearance, brand new Hanes cotton size 3XL underwear. It was a 6-pack underwear. And you guys, if you go and buy your own underwear these days, it's expensive. Why is underwear so expensive? And of course we want to be comfortable, so you got to put the money into it. But these were a clearance purchase, and they were $5, and I sold them for $25 plus shipping. This was my last pair. I bought several at the time, so I'm happy to make a little bit of a profit and kind of move on from that. Another great bread and butter for me, $22. I'm trying to hit the $20 to $30 range on as many items as possible. This is a swim item I found at the bins. Again, a great time period. Swim 365 or swimsuits for all does pretty well for me. This was a larger size of a plus size 30, and I do think that also elevated this item. Again, this sold for $22 plus shipping. Now, this was kind of a style-based piece, but it's also just pretty, honestly. It's a women's plus size 3X floral lace blouse, V-neck. I did put in romantic because of the floral lacy details in the V-neck. If you can see that, it's really pretty around the neckline. So I'm not sure if it was someone was maybe looking at more of a gothic, dark, romantic type of view of this, or they just loved it. Honestly, it's a pretty piece. This sold, plus size is a lot of times my bread and butter, and this sold for $20 plus shipping. Now, this I threw in here because for some it might be considered like a stinker sale, but this actually sold really quickly for me. I got it at the bins, cost 50 cents. I listed it at $15 because it's just universal thread. Universal thread, crop top, size large. I put in the keywords floral, peasant, and boho. Super cute. Love this floral print. A good size. It's in style. I can see someone just pairing this with a favorite pair of shorts, maybe even high-waisted shorts and a pair of sandals. But it sold in less than a week. And the $12 is because my Nifty app sends out offers. And I don't know, I really wasn't mad about that. It flipped really quickly and is more of a style-based piece, honestly. But if you're okay with that, profit margin, maybe it's something to try out. Here's another item I got at the bins. Women's size 10 American Eagle striped paper bag wide leg pants. I did find the stock, and I do think on Poshmark sometimes the stocks do help sell the items. Again, this is very much on trend and in season right now with this like chambray blue and white striped. American Eagle is a decent bread and butter for me. Most American Eagle, you're not going to make $1 million, but it still sells okay. It's not a real high sell-through rate. These sold for $16 plus shipping. Now, this is a brand that I would keep an eye out for in the Love Linen part of it. It's J-Gel Love Linen. I wouldn't pick up everything J-Gel unless you have a very low cost of goods, but the Love Linen line does very well. This is a dark blue navy dress, size extra large, has pockets. The linen line does very well, again, in season. I'm like a broken record sometimes, you guys, but J-Gel, if you find pieces with higher quality materials, it might be worth a pickup. And this sold for $26.97, and that's a great sale for me. This is a style-based and a vintage item. I just loved this dress. Now, it didn't have like whatever was supposed to be in this belt area, and I noted that, and I don't think anybody cared. Look at this tag. What's the brand? Got you covered. Made in the USA. Look at these tags. I put vintage 90s A-line ruffle denim jean dress, USA made. Got you covered. I don't think the brand really did much for it. But look at this style. This screams to me like country, boho, hippie. What did I put in? Cowgirl, country, denim, chambray. And all of those, I would say, are very much applicable. Super cute dress, sold for $34.46. This is another style-based pickup. I got this at the bins. It weighed almost nothing. This thing was so light. I probably paid $0.25 for this. Vintage Y2K rose rhinestone tank top. I put double-sided because it does have design on both sides. And I put goth and emo. Really cute. It gives me rocker vibes, punk rock, goth, emo. All kinds of different things. Biker, moto. Some of these pieces, especially if they're style-based, can overlap a lot of different styles. And this sold for $22.56. Look for those bolder graphics, kind of that burnout, almost like a tie-dye type of color tone that sells really well in the style-based pickups for me. Speaking of burnout, now this is Susan Graver. I only pick up this brand in plus sizes. Burnout velvet open front cardigan. Look at this lovely blue-black mix floral. It was, like I said, it was velvet. Susan Graver is a QVC brand, and a lot of the QVC brands have followings, and I do pretty decent with some of them. So a lovely plus-size item. That's bread and butter for me all day. This sold for $33.44. Susan Graver, plus size. The burnout floral velvet print. All of those reasons to pick that up. Now, this is a bra brand I do like to sell. Now, I don't pick up all bra brands, and honestly, sometimes it can be hard to pick up bras, but I do love selling them. And Soma is one of the brands I do okay with. Soma, brand new with tags, in Bliss bralette, size 2XL. I put wireless and stretch. The new with tag there has $46. Now, it doesn't show. Sometimes eBay does this where it doesn't show you. I accepted an offer for $22 plus shipping, and I was honestly really happy with that. I do fairly well with Soma in actually a couple categories, but specifically bras. And always check the quality of your bras, because some of them can be, stained or worn, or the elastic is worn. You don't want to be messing around with that. Now here's another like artsy style piece. Several of these items have this similar color tone, kind of an artsy vibe. The burnout kind of look as far as the color tones go. This is soft surrounding, size medium, shark bite hem, tunic, long line, and artsy. There's the tag for you, soft surroundings. 3, 4, 5 years ago, I would pick up everything soft surroundings. Unfortunately, things change, and I am not picking up every item of soft surroundings. However, stack the reasons to pick it up. The color tones and the colorways, it's a unique piece. It is a tunic length. It had an asymmetrical hem, long sleeve, all of those reasons to pick it up. This did sit though, you guys. Soft surroundings is sitting for me longer for the most part. We're talking now many months, 6, 9 months. So if you're looking for faster movers, soft surroundings might not be the one for you. This is another J. Jill. Again, though, this is a Nua tag. So a lot of nice Nua tag items today. J. Jill waffle knit thermal long line tunic, size extra large, which is a great size for J. Jill. And I put in lag and look. It had these slouchy pockets. The waffle knit is very popular. It's brand new with tags. The color was honey, which was like a warm kind of yellow tan color tone. I sold this for $30 plus shipping. Your J. Jill is really not going to normally go in that range for the most part. But this is new with tags. The size is an extra large, which is great. And I do think that's why this one was a little bit higher of a sale. Now, you guys may remember me picking these up in a haul video not long ago. The brand is Meslaine. This is a vintage Meslaine tag. And I picked them up at the Goodwill bins because I thought they were alligator. And they were. Alligator, skin tone. I don't know. But people are looking for that. I got them at the bin, so they probably cost me $2.50 to $3. And they sold for $30. I accepted an offer for $35 plus shipping, made in Spain. Got some good pictures there. They were in great condition. Men's dress shoes can be very difficult, very, very difficult. Look for higher quality materials, maybe harder to find sizes, or especially if it does say it's made in Spain, made in Italy, made in somewhere but China, then it might be worth looking at. But at the bins, I like getting shoes at the bins because they only cost me a couple bucks. So that was a great flip. Logo Lounge, I talk about that brand with Lori Goldstein on my channel here a lot. Women's plus size 1X open front cardigan. Again, my Lori Logo Goldstein items go in the $25 range, maybe $20, maybe $27. This went for $24.86. It did have like slouchy pockets, and I do put all those details into my description, hoping maybe someone is looking for that kind of information. This sold for $24.86, which is right in the range that I typically get for this type of item. Here's another style-based piece. I was obsessed with this. I just loved the color tones in this. Again, with that like tie-dye, burnout kind of look. Women's plus size 3X, Y2K, fairy grunge, goth, witchy. I usually don't go that heavy with the descriptors, but this brand is just essentials. It's nothing important. So I think that's why I did up some of the details here. Information. Sometimes I can't find the description. I'm like, how did the customer get to see the description if it's not here? But it had all those style-based reasons to pick it up. The dark color tones, the ruffle down the middle there, and also this like flare sleeve with a tie, all very common with like the fairy goth style vibe that the customers are looking for in that rock that style. So they sold for $26.97, and that's a great style-based piece for me. I'm very happy with that. Now this, I don't want to say it's sad because it took like 3-4 months for this to sell. And that's not sitting. That's still a great time frame for me. I don't know if you guys remember, I picked up quite a few Foxcroft in the same haul, and this one happened to be new with tags. I figured out when I got home, which was a great bonus. Always awesome when you think an item is used and all of a sudden it's brand new with the tags. I paid like $5 for like 6-7 different Foxcroft items. I do like this brand for plus size, so I would keep your eye out for it. And this sold for $35.20. There's the logo for you, especially if you find non-iron items and they're in good shape. That might be a reason to pick it up. Another great style-based piece here. This is Red Ape Authentic, size extra, extra large, cross wings tattoo t-shirt. See that graphic there? That's what you're looking for. It kind of gives you like the Affliction, that brand Affliction vibe. It's rocker, it's moto, it's Y2K, grunge, all these different things. This sold really quickly, and honestly, like, it's definitely mostly a style-based pickup for me for $26.17. Look for the crosses, the angel wings, that kind of stuff seems to be really popular, especially if you're in the Y2K, if you know it might be vintage. Now, this is just like an okay bread and butter for me, but I wanted to show it because it's just, there are still opportunities out there. Like, I follow resellers who always stick to only the greatest brands, and I'm happy for them, and they do really, really well. But sometimes if your haul's not going well, at least for me, sometimes I pick up things that maybe are only $1, and I know I can get 15, 20 because that's still a reasonable flip for me, and maybe I don't have a lot of items that day. So basically just saying that you could still flip regular brands for okay money. Now, if that's not your business model, hey, you do you. You do whatever works for you. The brand is Westport. Women's size 3X is a tropical cold shoulder top. Great in-season piece right now. Maybe someone's going to Florida or Mexico or somewhere very tropical, or just to wear it in, summer. This sold for $16.79. Nothing special about the brand. A pretty piece, and just a good sale, just an okay sale, and that's okay. This, however, I love this item. I did a short on this. I do remember doing the haul on this. I don't do a ton of purses. This stuck out to me. I just was obsessed with this floral print. Now, the brand is something you want to keep an eye out for. Patricia Nash, embroidered floral messenger bag, leather. Look at the detail on this. This sold in a week. I picked it up at a regular thrift store for $6.99, and it sold for $50 in a week. And I was happy, so happy with that. I hope the customer really loves this. And I will say Patricia Nash is a brand to keep an eye out for if you're in, especially in like the purses and bags. Great flip, beautiful item. Couldn't be more happy with that. One more eBay sale here. This is Free People. Blue and white chambray sleeveless mini dress, size large. There's that little tiny Free People tag. They usually have really small metal logos attached, like brand. Size large is great. I did find the stock because sometimes the pictures just don't do the item justice. Clearly the stocks are fantastic. She looks super cute in this. Chambray dress, it sold for $29.38. I do think because this is an in-season sale that helped, and that it's a size large. A lot of times when you're finding Free People, it's like size extra small, which is still okay, and you can still sell that stuff too. But if you can find things that are in a larger size, that's always a good thing. Now, I had just 2 sales on Depop here. And, again, this sold for $30. New tags Echo men's size 42 shorts, and I put in baggy skater streetwear because it just had this like funky pattern, and that's why I picked it up at a regular Goodwill for $4.99. See, like the graffiti type of style. It was new with tags. It has like this paint splatter. It just gave me like streetwear vibes, and that's where I went with it. And it's not shocking. It sold right in spring here, going into summer. And this sold for $30 plus shipping on Depop. Especially that it's more of a style-based piece. It makes good sense. And that's a great sale for me, $5 to $30. Last Depop item here. Now this sold for only $26. I had already sold this and someone returned it. So I think, do you guys ever get that, like with an item and you're just like, whatever, I just want to get it over with. I just want it to be sold, someone to love it. And someone did. This Eileen Fisher, that's worth $26 all day. $26 plus shipping is what this sold for. 100% wool, and it was silk lined. I probably should have gotten a little bit more for this, but I'm happy to sell it. Solid black knit skirt. It's wool, and then it has the silk lined. That's an okay sale. $26 for Eileen. Usually I hope to get a little bit more, but you can't win them all, you guys. It's still a great sale, and I am still happy with that. So Eileen Fisher, you know, I love my girl Eileen. All right. There you have it. Those are my sales, or some of my sales for 5 days. Total of $901.47. Very happy with that. Solid. Just kind of keep on keeping on. We had style-based items in there. We had bread and butter. Obviously some good brands like Eileen Fisher and Patricia Nash. That was a super cute. You guys, I was obsessed with that purse. I mean, I keep a ton of things that I never actually wear. Like, I love a lot of these style-based pieces, but it's just not something I rock. I'm always in black and gray. I'm always in a sweatshirt. I don't know why. You guys ever get tired of me looking like I came out of a trash bag? So, although it was really a lovely piece, and a lot of the things I sell are really cute, honestly. Not necessarily for me, just because I'm lame and I'm not stylish whatsoever. I mean, this is kind of cute. Maybe a little bit. We went to a couple things with the boys today with some of their teams and saw some friends and stuff. So this is about as cute as I get. But I love selling cute items like that. The Patricia Nash was super cute. I loved like that dress. A lot of great sales. A lot of variety too. Although several of those were style-based now that I think about it. So I guess that always goes to show that the more you know, and the variety that you're willing to sell, if it works for you or something you want to do, then you don't always have to be finding the huge brand names like Patagonias and stuff. Like if I based my whole business model off of Patagonias, I'd have no business because I rarely find it. You know, when everybody's looking for it, and I'm in a very competitive area, even though it's kind of rural Wisconsin. You know, the competition in the reseller world is more competitive than ever. So the more you know, the better. Yeah, I got like a sniffle. Maybe it's allergies. It really is nothing bad. It's just like a weird sneeze every once in a while and a little bit of sniffle. So knock on wood, it stays that way because I certainly don't have any time to be sick right now or ever, really. I did take some extra. I'm so funny. Like, I don't take care of myself the way I probably should. But like, oh, am I getting sick? Like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, give me that multivitamin. Where's the orange juice? Probably not the greatest plan, but I guess it's better than nothing. So you guys check in, let me know, hit the like, make a comment for me. That would be great. Tell me how you guys are doing. I already started pulling up my Nifty here. I'm telling you guys, you would not believe how fast it is for me to list cross posts. I cross posted 5 items while I was waiting for this the other part of the video to upload. It took me like 2 minutes, like not even lying, and I'm now 5 different items are on 2 other platforms. So I have my eBay, and then I cross post them onto Poshmark and Depop. I used to do Mercari, that's why there's a hole in the middle, but I got rid of Mercari because it just wasn't worth my time. Or seemed, that's what it seemed. You guys check in. You guys say that you do really well on Mercari. A couple of you have commented before, so I'm happy for you. And if it's working for you, then keep on doing that. Don't fix what's not broken, right? That's the saying. So if it's working for you, keep doing that. That's it for now. I hope something was helpful or useful in some way. I hope you guys are doing really well. If I'm keeping you company as a coworker, as we joke in the comments, that, you know, reselling, it's just me in my office doing things. We don't really have coworkers. So I hope you guys are doing well. Your listing's going well. Your sales are killing it. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.